Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Dead Don't Die. And this movie came out in 2019 and is directed by Jim Jarmusch, if I pronounced that correctly. I have no idea, personally. And this movie stars Bill Murray, Adam Driver, Tilda Swinton, and many others, like Danny Glover's in it too. And I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was pretty funny. And what this movie is, it's basically a horror comedy. And it's very slow, and it's a zombie movie by the end of the day. But it knows what it is, and it's making fun of what it is. I like how slow characters move, and the slow pacing of the movie, I didn't really mind in the first half of the movie because it was kind of repetitive, but I felt as though the movie knew that it was repetitive and was making fun of that. And there's lots of really memorable scenes and lines of dialogue from this movie that I really enjoyed. Bill Murray was hilarious. Same thing with Adam Driver. Like, those two played off each other pretty well. There are even fourth wall breaks in this movie, which I was not expecting at all. I'm not really familiar with this director's work, but I thought that this was mostly enjoyable. Like, I enjoyed it enough. The worst parts about this movie is the action. It's either just unsatisfying or just the way that it's shot and edited. I can't even make out what's happening half of the time. And so that's like the worst stuff in the movie in a zombie film, which is pretty weird to me. But going back to my positives, I did like the characters. I liked following each of these characters for the most part. I did feel as though there were too many characters in this movie. Like, some of them don't need to be there, and this movie could have been like 15 minutes shorter, I feel, if you just trimmed out some of those characters. Like the kids, like, I can do without. I don't really need them in this movie. And I also wasn't scared by anything in this movie. And as a horror movie, it didn't really work for me at all. But as a comedy, it really worked for me. And I feel as though there's more scenes with comedy than scenes without comedy in this movie, and because of that, the movie works. And overall, I just found this movie to be very entertaining with lots of jokes sprinkled throughout. And although I do like the first half better than the second half, it does pick up for me eventually once we get closer to the third act. And once we get there, that's when the movie is like really funny to me. And there are things in this movie that I did not even see coming. And I'm not going to say what they are because I don't want to spoil anything. But this movie is unpredictable at points in terms of where the story goes. And my favorite scene in this movie would probably be the diner scene when all the characters show up to that diner. Those the standout scene to me. And if I were to show anyone any scene from this movie, that would be the one to really sell them on what this movie is. And once they see that 5-minute long scene, I can just say the whole movie is like that. And they're either going to be sold on it or not. So if you need one scene to summarize this whole movie, that would be the one for me. And the last 30 minutes were pretty good too. And overall, the first half is fun. So mostly it's really solid. It does look nice at points, and there's just a decent amount of things that I like about this film, and I can remember from this film, and I'll come back to it. It's a film that I can see myself watching with other people and having a really good time watching it with them. So I would recommend you check it out, but just keep in mind that it is slow. It's not a fast-paced movie. It does take its time, so you got to be prepared for that. And this movie is currently on Netflix, so if you need a streaming service to watch it, then that would be the one. Well, as of recording this, of course. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance, and with all that being said, I'm going to give The Dead Don't Die a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of The Dead Don't Die, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Beetlejuice. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.